A horn blasts, not soft, not ceremonial, a sound that shreds the sky. Fire erupts across the horizon. Mountains shudder. Seas convulse. The air itself vibrates with doom. And yet, no one sees it coming. Heimdall raises the Gjallarhorn to his lips. Golden light dances on its surface. Every strand of hair on his body stiffens. His ears, fabled to hear the grass grow, strain for the faintest tremor. But something is wrong. Not all sounds warn. Some summon. Loki laughs. A low, wet chuckle. That slides under the ribs. He knows what Heimdall does not. The horn's final note does not just signal the end, it creates it. The paradox is simple. The horn exists to guard life. And yet, when sounded, it kills. Not just men, not just gods, the world itself. By the end of this story, the Gjallarhorn's terrifying truth will be clear, and you'll understand why the sound that ends the world has haunted human imagination for centuries.
Unveil the legends.
Before the horn, the world had a fragile order. Odin wasn't just a king. He was a scholar of secrets, a hoarder of knowledge, and yet paranoia gnawed at him like a rat. Every whisper was a threat, every shadow a conspiracy. Heimdall was perfect, too perfect, eyes like suns, ears tuned to infinity. He never slept, never blinked, never faltered. But perfection breeds isolation. Even gods are lonely when nothing escapes your notice. Then there was Loki. Not evil at first, only restless, clever, dangerous. A mischief maker who understood chaos better than any law. He saw cracks in the golden walls, and he wanted in. For centuries the gods maintained an uneasy balance. Peace, but brittle. Harmony, but strained. One false move, one misheard word, one impulsive laugh, and it could all shatter. The Gjallarhorn lay at the center of it, a trumpet of gold, rumored to call all beings to battle, to herald the twilight of the gods. No mortal could hear it. No god could resist it. And yet, its very presence was a knife at the throat of the world. The first warning came not from battle cries, but whispers. Loki, lurking in shadow, whispered to the giants, promises of ruin, secrets of the horn. It can end it all, he said, and you can survive it. Heimdall noticed the tremors, small ones at first, ripples in the wind, a faint metallic echo. He traced them to the edge of the worlds. Giants preparing, fire sparks in their eyes, hunger in their bellies. And then it happened. The horn called, not intentionally, a slip of fingers, a brush of lips. The note tore through the clouds. Birds fell from the sky. Trees cracked at the roots. The gods ran. Some fought, others hid. The sound itself was a predator. Every vibration carried a warning and a curse. Loki's grin stretched across the battlefield. Chaos blossomed in slow, exquisite arcs. He had planted the seed, but now watched it devour everything. The smell of ozone and burnt wood filled the air. Steel screamed against steel. Blood slicked the ice. Heimdall chased him across the world, every step punctuated by that relentless horn. It wasn't just war, it was inevitability made audible. Here's the twist. We've always believed Heimdall to be the hero, protector of worlds, guardian of the Rainbow Bridge. But what if he wasn't guarding life at all? What if the Gjallarhorn wasn't a warning, but a tool of inevitability? Some scholars argue the horn is not merely a signal. It's a contract, a cosmic mechanism. It doesn't just announce Ragnarok, it ensures it. Every time Heimdall lifted it, the choice was already made. The world's destruction is not chance. It is certainty, written in sound waves, carried by golden metal, executed by a god who cannot blink. And Loki? Perhaps he is the misunderstood liberator. Chaos is his art. He exposes the lie of control. The gods, in their pursuit of order, have created the conditions for their own downfall. Think about it. Humans fear the horn because it ends all things. But maybe gods fear it too, because it exposes their own illusions. Power is fragile, knowledge is dangerous, and sound is final. When the final battle came, it was almost disappointingly simple. Not the clash of fire against ice, not the metallic scream of swords colliding. No armies, no catapults, no legions of the dead or the damned. It was a confrontation of inevitability versus defiance, a cosmic inevitability made flesh, and the lone wills that dared oppose it. Heimdall lifted the Gjallarhorn once more. The golden metal gleamed, catching the last light of a dying sun. His lips touched it, and the note tore out, not just loud, but alive. It rattled the bones of mountains, turned rivers to steam, made the clouds shiver like frightened beasts. Every ear in the 9 realms rang, even those of gods who had thought themselves untouchable. Loki waited, not with trickery, not with guile, only presence. Shadows danced across his face as he mirrored Heimdall's inevitability. No bargains, no hesitation. 2 forces, both destined to act, collided in a silent understanding that this moment was beyond choice. The sound rolled outward like a tidal wave of absolute truth. Peaks split, oceans boiled, stars sputtered in their celestial sockets. Worlds groaned under its weight. And still, Heimdall and Loki fought, not to win, but to resist the end that was already written into the very vibrations of the horn. They fell, side by side, and the universe burned anyway. The irony was exquisite. A tool forged to protect life had become the instrument of annihilation. Every warning, every precaution, every ounce of godly foresight, pointless before the inevitability carried in that single golden note. And yet the Gjallarhorn waits, golden, flawless, patient, silent, watching, knowing that someday it may sound again, and nothing, neither god nor mortal, will be ready. The moral is simple. Some tools are too powerful for even gods. Some sounds are too absolute. The Gjallarhorn is not just a myth, it is a mirror of inevitability, of hubris, of fear. What would you do if you heard a sound that cannot be stopped? And the story doesn't end here. If the Gjallarhorn is the sound that ends worlds, there are whispers of another horn, one even deadlier, hidden where no god dares tread. What is its name? And what did it do to the worlds that came before ours? The answer waits in the next myth